Hi there, I'm Tabitha Moldenhauer, broker with Benefit Consultants Midwest. Most of these videos are inspired by questions from all of you. If you have a Medicare question, please feel free to drop it in the comments. Give us a call at 877-312-1414 or email me, tabitha@bcmwi.com. If you haven't already, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button. We have new, helpful Medicare content every week. Today's question is, what if you need to change your Medicare plan? Most people make changes to their Medicare plan coverage at some point. These are usually not lifelong plans that you buy at age 65 and then keep forever. There are all kinds of reasons why you might change plans. Your health changes, you move, your premium cost goes up, your doctor decides to leave your plan's network, your medications change, you become eligible for some other kind of coverage, or you just don't like your plan anymore. In this video, we'll walk through how to change your Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage plan, and Medicare Part D plan. Because Medicare Advantage, Medicare Part D, and Medicare Supplements have different enrollment rules, we'll talk about each one separately. If you are only interested in learning how to change one type of plan, check the chapters in the description to skip to the type of plan that interests you most. Medicare Part D. The most common time to change Medicare Part D coverage is during the annual enrollment period between October 15th and December 7th. This is when you should look at your Part D coverage options because these plans can and do change each year. If you make a plan change during the AEP, your new coverage will start on January 1st. For a complete explanation of what changes you can and can't make during the AEP, please see the video linked above. There's also the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period. This is only an option for people who are enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan. If you are in a Medicare Advantage plan, you can make one change between January 1st and March 31st. You can either enroll in a different Medicare Advantage plan, or you can return to original Medicare and you can purchase a standalone Medicare Part D plan. If you make a change during this open enrollment period, your new coverage will begin the first day of the month following your request to change plans. By the way, insurance companies are not allowed to advertise the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period. So no one should be suggesting that you make plan changes between January 1st and March 31st. All changes during this time are required to be initiated by you, the Medicare beneficiary. If you move to a new address, either moving outside your current plan's service area or moving within your plan's service area, but to a new address that has plan options that weren't available at your old address, you will have a special enrollment period to change your Part D coverage, either by enrolling in a different Medicare Advantage plan that includes Part D coverage or changing your standalone Medicare Part D plan. It's a good idea to tell your plan when you know that you will be moving. That triggers a special enrollment period that begins the month before you move and runs through 2 months after you move. If you lose your current drug coverage, you will have a special enrollment period to enroll in Part D drug coverage. This can include no longer being eligible for Medicaid, losing employer group coverage, losing any other type of creditable drug coverage, leaving a Medicare cost plan, or leaving a PACE plan. In most of these circumstances, you will have 2 months to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes Part D drug coverage, or to enroll in a standalone Part D plan. The opposite is also true. If you become eligible to enroll in an employer prescription drug coverage plan, Medicaid, a PACE plan, or another type of creditable drug coverage like the VA, you can leave your current Part D coverage anytime to enroll in the other coverage. If your Medicare Part D plan is sanctioned by Medicare or its contract is not renewed, you will be able to change your Part D coverage. For an exhaustive list of Part D plan changes you can make, please follow the link in the description. Medicare Advantage plans. Laws and regulations that govern changing Medicare Advantage plans are very similar to those that govern Medicare Part D plans. The most common time to make Medicare Advantage plan changes is during the annual enrollment period between October 15th and December 7th. Any plan changes you make during this time will be effective on January 1st. For a complete explanation of what plan changes you can and can't make during the AEP, please see the video linked above. Your Medicare Advantage plan will send you an annual notice of change document before the AEP to let you know of all the plan changes that are coming up for the new year. Knowing what's changing with your plan and comparing that to all the other available plans in your zip code will help you decide whether to stay with your plan for the new year or switch to a different Medicare Advantage plan. Because Medicare Advantage plans have provider networks, one of the most important things to check during every AEP is whether your doctors, hospitals, and other medical providers are going to remain in your plan's network in the upcoming year. Your next option to make a plan change is during the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period from January 1st through March 31st. You can make one change during this period. You can either enroll in a different Medicare Advantage plan or return to original Medicare and enroll in a standalone Part D plan. If you make a change during this open enrollment period, your new coverage will begin the first day of the month following your request to make a plan change. There are a couple things to be aware of with the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period. First, insurance companies are not allowed to advertise this open enrollment period. No one should be trying to market plans to you during this time of year. This open enrollment period is only for people who are unhappy with their current Medicare Advantage plan. Second, if you choose to leave your Medicare Advantage plan and return to original Medicare, you can enroll in a standalone Part D plan, but you might not be able to purchase a Medicare supplement for your health coverage. More on that in the Medicare Supplement section of this video. Most Medicare Advantage special enrollment periods occur during other times of the year based on changes in your life. And for the most part, these are the same as Medicare Part D special enrollment periods. If you move to a new address that is either outside your plan's service area or still inside its service area, but your new home has Medicare Advantage options that weren't available at your old address, you will have a Medicare Advantage special enrollment period that generally lasts for 3 months. If you lose your current coverage, whether that's an employer group plan, Medicaid, a Medicare cost plan, a PACE program, COBRA, or any creditable drug coverage, you will have a special enrollment period to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan. If you are losing creditable drug coverage, you will want to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes Part D prescription drug coverage. The opposite is also true. If you become eligible for other coverage through an employer group plan or any other health coverage with creditable drug coverage, you can leave your Medicare Advantage plan anytime the new plan will accept you. Just like Part D plans, if your Medicare Advantage plan is sanctioned by Medicare or its contract is not renewed, you will be able to change to other Medicare Advantage coverage. Depending on where you live, you may also have a 5-star special enrollment period to change Medicare Advantage plans. In theory, this is also a possibility for standalone Part D plans, but in 2022, there are no 5-star Part D plans that are available to individuals. The 5-star special enrollment period runs from December 8th through November 30th. For more information, please see the video linked above. For anyone who is new to a Medicare Advantage plan, during your first 12 months, you have a trial right. If you decide you don't like your Medicare Advantage plan, you can switch back to original Medicare and get your Medicare supplement back without having to pass health underwriting if you had a Medicare supplement before, or purchase a new Medicare supplement without having to go through health underwriting. You can also enroll in a standalone Part D plan. This is an important consumer protection that not a lot of Medicare beneficiaries know about. Medicare Supplements. While the laws that govern Medicare Part D plans and Medicare Advantage plans are fairly similar, the rules for Medicare Supplements, which are also known as Medigap plans, are completely unique. Also, Medicare Supplements have more rule variations from state to state than the other two types of Medicare plans. Your first 6 months on Medicare Part B are your Medicare Supplement open enrollment period. During that time, you can purchase any Medicare supplement sold in your state without having to answer health questions or go through underwriting. In most states, once you are beyond your first 6 months on Medicare Part B, you will have to answer health questions and provide a medication list on Medicare supplement applications. That application is sent to an underwriter at the Medicare Supplement Insurance Company, who will determine, based on your answers, whether or not you are eligible to purchase a new Medigap plan. However, many states have been expanding their guaranteed issue rights to enable you to purchase a Medicare supplement without having to go through health underwriting. So the first thing to do if you are looking to change your Medicare supplement is to find out what your state's laws are. You can do that by calling a knowledgeable broker who is licensed in your state or contacting your state's Department of Insurance. Medicare supplements do not fall under the annual enrollment period, so there is no nationwide right to change your Medicare supplement between October 15th and December 7th. Medicare supplements are month-to-month contracts that, at least in theory, can be changed anytime during the year. If you have a standard Medicare supplement and move to a new address, you do not have a guaranteed issue right to purchase a different Medicare supplement. If you have a Medicare Select Medicare supplement, which is explained in the video linked above, and move out of your plan's service area, you do have some guaranteed issue options. If you have had your Medicare Select policy for more than 6 months, you can purchase a standard Medicare supplement from the same company with fewer benefits than your current policy without having to answer health questions. Or you can use your guaranteed issue right to purchase one of a number of Medicare supplement plans offered by any insurance company in your state. There are also nationwide guaranteed issue rights if you lose other coverage. This can be triggered by losing employer coverage, your Medicare Advantage plan moving out of your area, or if you have a Medicare Advantage plan, you moving out of your plan's service area, or if you have been in a Medicare Advantage plan for less than 12 months and decide to return to original Medicare, or if your Medicare supplement company goes bankrupt. To use a guaranteed issue right, you will need documentation of your eligibility. Save all paperwork proving when and why your current coverage is ending to be able to submit what's necessary with your Medicare supplement application. Although there are quite a few guaranteed issue rights with Medicare supplements, the most common situation is still that you will have to answer health questions and provide a medication list and go through underwriting to be approved to purchase a new Medicare supplement policy. There's another video linked above that explains that process and what medical conditions and situations are likely to be an issue for Medicare supplement companies. Changing Medicare plans can seem like a daunting task. There are a lot of different national and state laws and regulations that come into play, but when the time comes that you need to change Medicare plans, it certainly can be done. If you have questions about changing your Medicare coverage, please feel free to give our office a call at 877-312-1414 or visit bcmwi.com. We're here to take the confusion out of Medicare and make sure that you continue to be in the best coverage option for you. Have a great day.